kuali aloha o oi no kapahine hele lau kaiona. E nana mai nia mau puanani e ai mali mai nia leo ha no hoi. Ulu na pua I ka lala, ai ulu no hoi ka lala I ke kumu. O oi no ke kumu. Ko mako hoi ka ualani pōlua. E ala ka mai a mako I ke ala kumpono I ola no kako. O ha ule aua ningi paua ke kumu. E puahi lani nui e aloha e. E ku'u mau hoa olelo Hawaii e oni pa'a kākou. O ka olelo Hawaii ka iwi kua mo'o a me ka mālama lama o kia aina aloha no leila. Mai ha'alele ka olelo makuahine. O lilo kākou I kana aupo. E imi mau I ka ike Hawaii ai imi mau I kana awau o e ai na e ua like pu. Oia. As you have already heard tonight, we have been a class of many firsts. The first class to require Hawaiian language, the first class to choose white, the first class to voluntarily share awards at song contests. And it's a good thing we did because I think half of us are ready to get a We Love You Keanu tattoo. The one song we could not give up was He Ono, and I was thoroughly impressed with the interpretation that our beloved director, Josiah Kuhau Hanaikman Lanimakuake Kunipo, shared with us. The song's first verse references the wonderful deep-water fish of Hawaii, but in the second verse, we are told to return to closer waters, to the Anai, the Manini, the Kole, all of which are just as ono as the fish of the deep. Up until this point in life, we've been preparing for one big fishing trip. Parents and grandparents, aunties and uncles, teachers and friends have been helping to build the boat, tie the nets, sharpen the hooks, and make any preparations needed for success. All of this is with the hope that one day we will launch our va'a and raise our ihe and begin our journey, looking for happiness, looking for satisfaction and fulfillment, hoping that one day we'll know how far we'll go. We are encouraged to sail to deeper waters, so we do our best to sail further and further from home to find the ono fish that we have seen, maybe even tasted, but never caught for ourselves. Our eyes are set on what we believe to be the best fish. Some of us will catch all the fish we could ever desire, maybe even too many. Naturally, we always want more, and we think that catching more will make us happier, that more is always better. We're lured into thinking that the biggest fish is the only fish worth catching. While it is tempting and common to measure success in quantity, it often comes at the price of quality. The nets we cast in our lives to bring friends closer or to bring opportunities nearer can become so crazy and tangled that we can hardly breathe. If we slow down our lives, if we strive for simplicity, we discover the most amazing things. Now, I'm going to warn you that despite how weird it's going to sound, the following story is completely true. Inching through the garden last year, I was adding seaweed fertilizer underneath a miniature canopy of kalo leaves. As I was catching my breath, my eyes were tracing the shape of the kalo to the ground. When I saw the kalo breathing, the soil would rise and then fall over and over again. His breathing fell in sync with mine. His breath was my breath. And in that moment, I was Aloha. These are the moments you miss when you are always hunting for the biggest fish. By depending less on our human connections, by finding joy and peace in the natural world, in the wonder of our existence on this earth, we are never lonely, and we are never lost. The fish of our dreams is often becoming a doctor to cure the incurable, or becoming a powerful politician looking to achieve world peace. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. As Steve Jobs said, the The people who are crazy enough to think that they can change the world are the ones who do. The problem I present to you is not that we dream too big, but that we don't recognize that big change can come in small packages. The problem occurs when you start diminishing the importance of the other fish in the sea. When you think that being a farmer is any less worthy of a profession than being a lawyer. When you equate learning Hawaiian language, culture, and history to simply clinging to the past. When you think that there is only one way, your way, to go about changing the world. Decide what type of fisherman you want to be. You might be a commercial fisherman like Douglas Finnegan, making international trade deals with the other big shots. Or you might be that guy that catches a fish and then sprints home only to cover it in paint and print it on a canvas like Jonathan Austin. Or you might be that wise uncle tiptoeing on the reef with his tro net like Brother Primo. We want to be global citizens and to solve the world's problems. But do we care for our smaller communities? Do we even know and care for ourselves? Without a strong identity, without purpose or passion, it's very possible to reach those deeper waters and catch a boatload of fish without finding any happiness or fulfillment. Without ever questioning what we are doing and why, our goals never have real purpose and our achievements never have true rewards. Find what you're passionate about, foster that passion, and begin to grow the grit you will need to achieve your goals. Find the things that you would do regardless of any reward. The courage that comes from knowing yourself will take you far. Strive for the standard that Mahatma Gandhi once set for himself, that your life is your message to the world. Earn your place in the kulaiwi, the bones of our ancestors. Go beyond forever indebted to her. Go beyond forever indebted to her and work every day to pay that debt to Kauai with the hope that, in the end, you lived your life in such a way as to proudly walk beside our princess. As you establish your individual identity, you will find your place among your other communities, whether that's your family, friends, school, or lahui. With that foundation, you are ready for that global identity, and you realize that you can make a world of change wherever you are. 3 years ago, my older brother spoke at graduation and mentioned that Hokule'a had just begun her worldwide voyage. 3 weeks from now, she will finally be returning home to Hawaii. There might be no better example for us to follow than this Va'a, journeying out into the world, sharing her passion and knowledge while learning from others, only to return home and share her bounty with her fellow Kanaka. We can't forget to return to our shores and share our bounty with each other. Everyone brings a different catch, and the only way we get to try all that the sea has to offer is by sharing the joy that we have each found in the world. All of our journeys are unique and important, whether we stay close to shore or venture far away, whether we fill our boats or catch just enough for the day. How fitting that as I talk to you tonight, a voyage that has meant so much to so many is coming to an end. But Hokule'a's voyage will never truly end, and neither will ours. Oliver Wendell Holmes, in his poem, The Chambered Nautilus, eloquently captures the essence of what it means to never stop growing. Build thee more stately mansions, O my soul, as the swift seasons roll. Leave thy low vaulted past, and let each new temple, nobler than the last, shut thee from heaven with a dome more vast, till thou at length art free, leaving thine outgrown shell by life's unresting sea. I want to take time to thank the teachers that have helped me and my classmates on our way. I want to give a special thank you to Mr. Slagle. This year, the Slagles and Kamehameha lost our beloved Basset Hounds Odell and Hastings, and the scholarship fund has been created in their names to reward graduating seniors who demonstrated compassion. If you would like to donate to this fund, all you need to do is write a check to the Kauai Foundation in the name of Odell and Hastings. please consider donating, not only to show your support for this wonderful family, but as a sign of support for all of our teachers and students, and the greater message of compassion and education that this represents. I want to thank our family, friends, and all of those who have helped to clear the path to get us here today. And lastly, I want to thank Hawaii, this Aina, because so often we forget that we are the children of this land. If, in our humble existence, we can make the world a more beautiful place, then we will have done well. One of the most beautiful things that I know is Hawaiian mele, and there can be so much meaning found in playing a song, or not playing a song. I was never certain of what I wanted to talk about tonight, but I was certain of how I wanted to end. In a few moments, I'll be asking you all to stand and hold hands as we sing a very special Hawaiian mele. But it doesn't really matter whether you stand or you sit. What matters is that every day, Hawaii and our world face increasingly complex problems, and we need to do something about it. So, before we embark, what voyage would be complete without a proper send-off? Please, all of you, join me in singing Hawaii Aloha. E Hawaii